What's going on, everybody? This your good boy CDL Shorty, always back with helpful tips. All right, so if you're going to buy a new or used truck, you should always know about the crankcase pressure. All right, if you got high pressure, if you got low pressure, if you got just right pressure. All right, I'm gonna show you guys where the crankcase pressure or the crankcase is located at on your motor, depending on what truck or motor you got. On the Cummins ISX 15, it's over here behind the intake valve. This is your intake valve. It's over here on the Cummins. All right, on the DD13s, 14s, and 15s, it'll be over here, right up under your turbo. All right. Now, few ways to tell if you got high crankcase pressure: bad cylinder head, gasket, or high DPF. The ash load and the DPF, you should always ask the mechanic to check the ash load. The ash load and the DPF never should be above 70. All right? Ash load and your DPF could get clogged. Ash load is the amount of time that you idle the truck, and you know it can bust it all up and everything like that, right? So those are ways you can tell if you have a bad crankcase. All right, crankcase. I'm trying to drill it in your head. Crankcase. Let's go see what it look like once again. That right there is your crankcase, ladies and gentlemen. That's your crankcase. All right. Now, if you got bad coolant or if you got coolant leaking, you always want to check these right here. Check right here and right here. This is your coolant line right here. Now, one thing with the crankcase is very important too, guys. With the crankcase, always check your dipstick. Check your dipstick. If it's a milky substance, that means you got oil and coolant running all through that. That can also mess up your crankcase as well and cause high pressure and high volume. All right. So guys, the reason why I'm trying to teach you guys more about preventative maintenance is because when you become an owner operator or whatnot, first of all, we're not going to be steering wheel holders out here. We're not going to do that. We're going to learn about our equipment. All right. We're going to learn about our equipment, because when you learn about your equipment and you learn to spot certain things about the equipment, then guess what? It make it easier for you to diagnose stuff, and it make it easier for you to go to the shop and separate the BS from the non-BS, so you don't get jacklegged. CDL Shorty care about you. All right. How many people didn't know what a crankcase was? All right. So that's why I teach you guys preventative maintenance. If you watch my channel, I'm teaching a lot because God granted me a second chance at life. So with that being said, the word for today is crankcase. High crankcase pressure. CDL Shorty, love y'all. If y'all like this video, like, share, subscribe.